I'm going to show you how to safely and effectively clean your Tesla, or really any car for that matter, starting with bug removal. Now there are lots of products out there that can remove bugs from your car easy and effectively, so I will have them linked along with everything else down in the description, and I will only link things that I've previously used in the past. Another thing I'd like to note is the equipment that you're using is also important. There's always cheap ones that you can get from Walmart, so you can get things like this from Walmart for $1, and they kind of work, but the sprayer is not great. Also, there's things that are not so cheap from places like Chemical Guys, but they are built cheap quality. I bought 3 of these from Chemical Guys years ago, and the quality is just terrible. Now, I've been hand washing my car for over 10 years, and the ones that I find are best, this is not sponsored, this is just what I've found is the best, are these IK sprayers. So what I do is when I find something that I really like, for example, PNS Bug Off, this bug remover, I find this to be the most effective bug remover, not sponsored. So what I end up doing is I'll buy the 16 ounce, if I like it, then I'll go and I'll buy the gallon challenge. So now that I have the gallon challenge of the insect bug remover, and now that I have the best sprayer in the game, I'll pour it into here, and this is what I use. I'll have these all linked in the description for my Amazon associate links. Again, a little bit more money up front, but the long-term investment, when you have this 10 years later, you're gonna be happy you bought this the first time. Now, during the bug removal process, one of the most important things besides the bug remover that you're using is the sponges that you're using. So here are 2 sponges. Now, this sponge right here is what I used to use to clean the exterior of my car, but I've used it for a while now, it's worn down, so I'm repurposing it as a bug-only removal sponge, as well as a sponge that I will use on the bottom half of the car. I'll show you that in a little bit. Now what I like about this is you have microfibers on this side, which is good, but then you have a more gritty side to it that will actually help agitate and remove the bugs from the front of your car. Now this sponge here, again, all will be linked in the description. This is really good for bugs that are stuck on there heavily. And again, I haven't washed my car in about a month because I've been wanting to make this video where the car is really dirty. So again, these are 2 great options, and my goal is to make sure you're buying the correct things that are going to last you years. That way you don't have to spend a ton of money. So here is a before look at the mirror. You can see it's a total mess, and I'm going to show you the process I use on the mirror first. First, we're going to hose down the mirror cap here, just get the area wet, and also remove any just loose impediments that will come off with water. Second, you're going to take your IK sprayer, and also that gives you a nice label here so you can actually put whatever's in the bottle. So you're going to take this and you're going to spray the affected area. I like to spray all around here because the bugs actually get all over this. You don't even realize it until you take a close look. Now I'm going to take my dedicated sponge for removing bugs, and I'm actually going to get it a little wet, and I'm also going to spray some product on here. That way it has some lubrication while also being a bug and tar remover. Now the reason I like to do this first is because this is where I feel the most contamination is. So there's a ton of contamination that we'll be able to spray off of the car first and then head into the actual exterior washing. So that's why I do this first. Again, this is a process that I don't think there's any perfect way to do it. A lot of professional detailers get kind of, you need to do this, you need to do that. Find what works best for you and then just perfect it. Now, as you can see right here, there's something that's really sticking. So that's where I'm going to bring in that yellow sponge that's a little harder, and we'll get that out. And again, with this sponge, you're not really pressing hard on it. You're just lightly agitating it. You don't want to press in. This is paint protection film here. It is self-healing, so I could be really aggressive with it, but I'm just going to act like it's normal paint because a lot of you probably just have paint and not PPF. And there you go. We've totally removed absolutely everything from that, and I'm also going to dry it right now to show you how effective that actually was. All right, and there is a look at the after. We got all of the bugs removed there, and then I sprayed the rest of the car, so all of the tar and bug remover has been removed from the area. Now here's a nice zoomed in shot of how bad the front end of the car is. So again, I'm gonna wet this surface, spray on the bug and tar remover, let it sit for a minute, and then wash it off. Again, you don't wanna ever let this dry on your car, so if it's really hot where you're at, really monitor what you're doing so nothing dries on the front end of your car. Now you can already see the chemicals actually working as some of the bugs are starting to come off. Some of their guts just starting to run. Terrible. But anyways, we're gonna let this sit for a minute, and then we're gonna use again the back of our specialty sponge, get it wiped down. So now the bugs have been removed from the front of the car and it looks great, and we're just again prepping our surfaces to be as clear as possible for our exterior wash, but there's one more step. Now the underside of your car is very easily forgotten about, but this is something you want to clean, especially before winter. You don't want to give the snow and salt and all the grime an area to stick. So for that, I'll be using this Hydrosilex all-purpose cleaner. Now I've partnered up with Hydrosilex for over 2 years now, and they have offered my viewers a 25% discount code. Code gjeebsdecember will save you 25% on their website. They've been an excellent partner of the channel. I earn commissions from the sales made on their website from you using my code, so if you use it, I appreciate it, but that's how that partnership works. And their products are great. They also offer products like their wheel cleaner and things like that, where I've found others that I feel are better. So I'm pretty transparent about that, but overall their product line is great, and I'll show you what I love about their products more in this video. Let's show you how this works. Now for this segment, obviously I'm going to be spraying this onto these plastic parts of the car. Now after that is sprayed onto there, I'm going to use this right here. So it's an old wheel and tire cleaner, and I'm also going to be using this all-purpose cleaner to be cleaning the tires of the car. Now this is dedicated to only the tires and the bottom plastics of the car. I use this for nothing else. I can't breathe, oh my God. Woo! This is really where you should be wearing a mask, you know what I'm saying? Isn't it funny how our bodies are like, not oxygen, please delete. So now we're just going to agitate. And what I like to do always is spray a little extra onto here. That way it's adding more and not taking away. And this is really going to bring out the black of it. It's not, it kind of gets gray over time as you can see it, and also give you a clear look at the shape of the underside of your car. Just gives you some time to look at anything that maybe is wrong with the car, and then give it a really deep clean so it's harder for contaminants to stick to the bottom of your car. And you're going to repeat this process around the entire exterior, all those little trim pieces, and then the tires, which I'll show you right now. And then obviously once you've agitated and let it sit for a minute, you're going to take your hose and just spray off all of the all-purpose cleaner. Now for the tires, pretty straightforward. We're only spraying the tires here. It's okay if a little bit of this gets on your wheel. You could actually probably use this as a wheel cleaner as well if you really wanted to simplify the amount of materials that you have. Immediately, you can actually see some of this starting to turn brown. Immediately, we'll start to agitate. Just get it in all the crevices of the sidewall of your tire, and you can just see the brown coming to the surface. Again, you're gonna get greases and oils and all the stuff from the road, grime, and also maybe if you're using tire shine, that builds up over time. You wanna strip it off at some point and just get right down to the rubber. Again, this is gonna help the health of your tire over time. Look at all that brown coming off. It's like dire. And now, a big reason of me doing this part first is because any contamination that is possibly left over after cleaning these parts of your car will then be washed away by you with the soap and sponge afterwards. So that's why I do this first. The reason I do the wheels last is because I don't want anything to dry as I'm washing the rest of the car on the wheels. Wheel cleaner can damage your rims depending on the wheel and the finish and all of that. So I'm just being as cautious as possible to reduce that chance of happening. Now for the exterior of your car, you can use the 2-bucket method. If I'm being honest, I don't use this method. I just have a grit guard at the bottom of my bucket, and I make sure that my sponge never ever touches the ground. Only thing I use to clean with it are the paint and exterior windows of the car. That is it. The 2-bucket method, you can have 1 bucket with the soap and water in it, and then the other bucket just has water in and a grit guard. And basically after you're done wiping the car down, you can then dip it in the water bucket. That way you remove all of the dust, dirt, and possibly even rocks off of your sponge, and then from there you move it back into the soap bucket. I just don't do that method, and I've never had any issues with my paint. The other key is to always keep the car wet and then wash it from top to bottom. That way the soap is working its way all the way down the car where you haven't cleaned yet, and you're just maximizing the usability of the soap. Now I use this Hydrosilex ceramic infused wash because once you're using the Hydrosilex ceramic exterior stuff, this helps increase the longevity of your ceramic coating that you've put on your car. I have a separate video where I showed you that, and I'll have that linked down in the description. Also, yes, I got a little crack in here and didn't want it to go to waste, so I am spraying it in there like this. I know. That's live. live. Now, as I said earlier, we're going to start at the top part of the car and work our way down. One of the most crucial pieces of advice that I've learned over the years of washing cars is from Larry at Ammo NYC. He's on YouTube. He's God level, you know, detailer. I am just your local whore. I'm your 12:30 last call pickup at the bar, and he's Miss America that went to Harvard. When you're putting your sponge on your paint, as I'm doing right now, you want to just, basically your hand is just holding this in place to run along the exterior of your car. You are not pressing this into your car to try to get the dirt off. You're just dragging it along here and just gently removing the debris, dirt, dust, grime off your car. You don't want to be pressing into your paint. Now, this is a wrap, so you technically could, but if your car's wrapped, you don't want to be ruining the wrap. So you're just dragging this along here, lightly gliding it along, and the soap is a lubricant and helping remove dirt and grime from your paint, from your wrap, from your paint protection film. What I'm stressing is, do not press into the paint. Now, after the car has been washed, then you're able to go to the drying process. And this is arguably, again, one of the most important parts of safely cleaning your car by hand. So the towel that I'm using right now is from a company called GT Shine. They unfortunately go in and out of stock. Sometimes they're out of stock for months. So I have found a towel that's the same thing from Griot's Garage, and I'll have that linked in the description. But basically, these are really absorbent and soft, so you're able to just lay it on the car and pull. So this is really good to have. I have 3 of these. I recommend getting 2, and then I'm going to show you how to wash these at the very end of the video. Now, again, while drying your car, you're not pressing hard into the paint or glass or anything. You're simply holding the towel there and letting it do its job. That's why I recommend getting a really high quality drying towel, because it's going to make it so much easier. Now, these towels can get kind of expensive. You're going to look at the cost and be like, what the heck? But then after you use them and you maintain them, they are going to last you for years and years to come. I've had this for over 2 years now, and it works like it's brand new, especially after I wash it. I recommend having 2 or 3 of them, and the reason for that is because then you can put one in your dirty basket and have a clean one ready to go for the next time you wash your car, or if you have multiple cars to wash, you have multiple drying towels. And again, we're just pressing gently and pulling it across the car and letting the towel do its job. Another area that's commonly forgotten when washing your car, but does make a nice difference, is the door jambs. I've always related it to wiping out your crack. No one's gonna know whether you do it or not, but when you do it, they will appreciate it. So I recommend cleaning these out. Again, you can use your exterior towel that you use to dry the rest of the car, or you can have a specific towel dedicated to something like this. Now, after I've dried my car, I generally go to the windows and I use this Hydrosilex ceramic infused glass cleaner. All glass cleaners essentially work the same. What I like about this one though is it has its ceramic base. So the difference that I've seen on the road is when it's raining or something like that, the water truly beads off the car in a way that I've not seen any other glass cleaner do. So not only are you cleaning your glass, you're coating your glass with a ceramic coat. It's not a permanent ceramic coat. You don't have to be all worried about that, but it's a ceramic coat nonetheless that really helps reduce the friction on the glass and makes it harder for things to stick to it. And especially when it's raining, I find it highly effective on the windshield. Another thing I'll say is the microfibers that I'm using are the Kirkland Signature brand. Now, it's crazy because these are such a good deal, and it's like the best microfiber that I've ever used, especially for applying quick detailer or cleaning your windows on something like this. I love these. I'll have them linked in the description. If you have a Costco membership, you can get them there, or you can get them on Amazon. And again, I'll have them linked down there so you can check them out. But yeah, that's why I like this so much. Again, my code gjeebsdecember, and that changes by the month. So whatever month it is, it'll be Gjeebs March, Gjeebs April, whatever. You'll save 25% on their website. This stuff is excellent. Also, this is safe to use on the interior or exterior windows, along with being safe to be used on tint. Now, the way I like to end cleaning a car is with the wheels. And the reason for this is if there's any overspray from the wheels, I'll take a quick detailer and touch up just around the wheel wells. That way, none of the wheel cleaner sticks to the car. And the reason I don't do it before I wash the paint of the car is because I don't want it to dry while I'm washing the rest of the car. I like to totally control the wheels, and that's what's given me really good results over the years. Now, for Tesla wheels in particular, you use the brakes very little because of regenerative braking. So you can actually dilute whatever wheel cleaner you're using. I'm going to use the Hydrosilex wheel cleaner, and again, it will be in an IK sprayer. Again, if you find a product you like, buy the gallon of it. I'll have Hydrosilex website obviously in the description, but buy the gallon, it's just a much better deal. So with this, we're gonna go ahead and just lightly spray the rim down and then just cover all this area here. There's not a ton of brake dust on here, so I'm gonna go ahead and start to agitate it right away with this soft bristled brush. Now in previous videos I've done, people have asked, hey, doesn't this scratch your wheel? You can see that there's a layer here where it actually turns very soft. This is never going to scratch your wheel. It's very soft. I've been using this for over a year now, 2 years maybe. This has been a really good brush. Will not scratch your wheels and will effectively remove the brake dust. Also, a truck stop bathroom smells much better than this wheel cleaner. Just so you're aware, it will blow your mind how bad it smells. So stay away from that. Jeez, that smells bad. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wash it off. And then again, what I immediately do is I take a towel that's dedicated to wheels. Let's go get it. This towel right here is, again, just one of the Kirkland towels, but I've dedicated it to cleaning rims and tires only. That's why it has all these black marks on it. And that's what I use it for. And I just immediately am drying them and controlling the drying of everything, because I don't want anything to dry on here that shouldn't. And this gives you the best results in terms of what your wheels look like after you clean it up. It's just gonna give you lasting results and make them look brand new over time if you're staying up with this type of maintenance. And also, I have 50,000 miles in my Model Y. My rims look basically new, so it's worked really well for me. And then that's it. Now, also, there's applying tire shine. The key to applying tire shine correctly and letting it work over time, you have to let your tires dry. Now, once they're dried and you're not gonna drive your car for the rest of the day, go ahead and apply the tire shine and let it sit overnight. That'll give you long-lasting results. The other thing is the applicator pad. Now this is from Adams. I think you can get this on Amazon. I'll have this linked in the description as well. This is so nice, and I've used this for a long time. I have 3 of them. 2 are in the package. I haven't been able to switch them out because it lasts for a while. Yeah, it is from Adams, you can see right there. But it fits perfectly in your hand. Ergonomically, it's very nice, and you're able to kind of massage the tires and work it in. This works great, and I use the Hydrosilex tire shine to apply it. This stuff is really well priced and sticks and lasts for a long time. I'll show you how to apply that. So I've let a day go by. The car looks great overall, but there's also some minor areas where water drips out from under the mirror, and you can see those water streaks that go down the side of the car. So for that, we are going to use the Hydrosilex ceramic quick detailer. This can also be used as a waterless wash, as you see there. So what that means is it's lubricated enough to where if your car just has a bunch of dust on it, doesn't quite need a full wash, then you can just use that to go over your entire car and it's going to look great. Again, I have this in an IK sprayer, but because you've watched the video this long, I'm going to do a giveaway. So all you have to do is like this video and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Leave a comment below, and I'm going to give away the ceramic glass cleaner and the ceramic waterless wash to one of the comments. I'll do that giveaway a couple days after the video goes live. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply this quick detailer. So again, pretty simple. You don't have to spray a lot. And again, my goal with this video is this way you get the right stuff. That way you don't have to buy a bunch. Once it's applied like that, again, we're in a shaded area. We're going to use this side of the towel first, and then we're gonna flip and go to the side with the smaller fiber second to kind of buff it out. But first, you're just kind of spreading it around the car, just covering all that surface area. And then you can see there's still streaks. We go onto this side, and then you just buff it off and spread it around, and that gives you a good ceramic coating, as well as you're safely removing dust and any watermarks that appear on your car after you wash it. The other thing I want to show you is this tire shine has now sat for a day since I applied it, and you can see it looks really good. We're going to go to the other side of the car. Some people don't like tire shine. I'm just going to show you what that looks like with the clean tires. This side has no tire shine. Again, you're just showing the rubber. Personally, I just think tire shine kind of makes it pop and finishes it a little bit better, and you're always able to clean it as I showed you earlier in the video. Now, the final part of this video, which is also very important, is cleaning your microfiber towels. I've had a lot of these towels for for many years, and that's because I maintain them. So what I use to wash them is this Chemical Guys microfiber wash. I don't really like Chemical Guys, but this product is a good product from them. The reason I don't like them is because they offer like 15 different glass cleaners, and it's just like, and 20 different soaps. It's like, just make your best one. I think they're kind of spammy with how they market this stuff, but this is a good product. This is what I use to wash my microfiber towels. So what you want to do is, I have this little bin here. You can see here, that way I know they are dirty towels. Load them in here, and then you're just going to wash them on cold or room temperature water. It says you can wash them on warm, but I just don't recommend that because I don't know what warm is on different brands of washers, so I just load them in like this. I do delicate, and then temp, I do cold, just like that. The other thing I do is I do 5 capfuls, and also only wash microfibers with microfibers. Those fibers clamp and trap dirt. If you wash it really high, or if you put them in the dryer on really high, it's going to ruin the fibers and the microfiber won't work. You'll see that probably on some of yours over time if you've washed them with detergents that have scents or fabric softeners in them. That's what you want to avoid. So wash likes with likes, and then to dry them, just put them on like low tumble dry or just air dry them. I know it's a pain in the butt, but again, this is going to make these towels last for a very long time, and you're investing the money in it, so you might as well take care of them correctly. So again, delicates, cold, tumble dry, low, or air dry. Even if they're like a little damp at the end, I just pull them out and just shake them out, and they're good to go. So that's another thing that I recommend. Now the question you have right now is, how do I clean the interior of my car? And that's why you need to click this video right here, where I show you how to specifically clean the interior of your Tesla. But all of these car cleaning practices can be used on any car that you own. You're really going to like this video.